What's up, guy and girl players of World of Warcraft? This is ReviewZygor, aka Taro, and in this video I'll be giving you some tips on leveling to 80. For more free gold profession leveling and WoW guides, check out my website at tarowowguides.com. In this video I'll be giving you my top 13 tips on easily leveling to 80 while having fun and enjoying it, whether it be an alt or your first character. Tip number 1. Be prepared. Every time you go to town you should always repair, restock food and water if you use mana, sell all the junk in your bags, and mail off any good items to your level 1 alt. The add-on Sell Junk can be very helpful in keeping bag space open. With one click it sells all your grays. Tip number 2. At level 5ish, make sure you have skinning in either mining or herbalism, especially if this is your first character ever or on the server. At level 80 you can switch to professions you really want. In the meantime, these gathering professions can get you the extra gold you need to buy all your skills, mounts, dual spec, and still have around 5k left over at 80. They also won't slow your leveling time much since it's made up for by getting faster mounts and better gear earlier. Tip number 3. Let the game guide you. Blizzard designed quests that take you through the World of Warcraft lore and adventures. On top of that, most of the time following the quest path is the most efficient means to leveling fast, and not to mention it can be quite interesting. However, sometimes you may need to skip complete zones. No use leveling in a zone where all the quests and mobs are green and gray. Tip number 4. Level in zones appropriate for your level. Just because you can kill a mob 5 levels above you doesn't mean it's going to give you more experience. Stick to zones and easily killable mobs around your level that are yellow. I'll list out some suggested zones on my website. Tip number 5. Every new town you go to, gather all the quests and set your hearthstone at the innkeeper. So if you are working on quests in the Barrens, Westfall, Sholazar Basin, or wherever, set your hearthstone to the nearest inn. This eliminates travel time when you're turning in quests and can really knock off a lot of playtime. You should also always log out at an inn for the rested experience gain. Tip number 6. Never turn in quests one by one. Always do all the quests you have in the area and then hearth back to town. Turn them all in and continue on. If you happen to get a quest with a major city turn-in or a turn-in in another zone, wait until you're going there anyway. Following these suggestions can save a lot of travel time. Tip number 7. Get decent sized bags as soon as you can. There's nothing worse than needing to pick up a quest item or loot and your bags are full. You should have enough gold to buy them if you picked up skinning and mining or herbalism. Tip number 8. Make an alt to sell all your items. Your bags will fill up quick, and going to a major city is usually a huge pain as far as traveling. To avoid that, walk your level 1 to a major city and mail him or her all the items you find. Use the level 1 to list all the items and then mail your leveling character the gold. Tip number 9. Make sure to train spells at least every 4 to 6 levels or when necessary. If you notice your damage is completely horrible, it's probably a good time to check if there are any new spells you can learn. Before heading to a faraway place to train spells, check a website like ThoughtBot to see if it's even worth it. No use getting rank 2 smite when you're a shadow priest. Tip number 10. While leveling, pick talents that will help you level, like plus damage, reduction of spell cost, and survivability. You don't need useless threat reduction or less chance to have your spells dispelled. Tip number 11. While you level, do whatever you're into. If you like PvPing, then try to take out some people as you level in the game world or a battleground. Maybe you like to RP. If you're into that, then do it while you level. Maybe you're just a PvE type, so mess around and see how epic you can be while you pull an insane amount of mobs for kicks. These can all lead to a better and more fun leveling experience. Tip number 12. Utilize the built-in quest helper that Blizzard has designed or one that you download. Map out in your mind what quests you're going to do as you run to the first one. Final tip. Have fun while you level. This is the most important in my opinion. Boredom is the enemy of leveling. Even though you may not level as fast, level with friends, Mix things up and don't just stick to questing unless that's what's fun for you. Everyone's different, but I like to queue for a battleground to mess around in PvP. It's not better experience than questing, but who cares if you're having fun, right? If that gets old, I queue up a dungeon and try to get that dungeon's quest done, along with some new gear which both help level faster. You can also blare music, play with friends, and don't let others ruin your experience. Enjoy the game how you want to, no matter what any other player might say. Who cares what they think? It's your playtime. Well, that's it for this leveling 1 to 80 tips guide. I hope you liked it and can have some fun while leveling to 80. Please subscribe today and visit TaroWoWguides.com for more free WoW guides. Thanks for watching. Now go! Tell me any funny or dumb story you have about leveling. For me, it's the first time I was ganked in Terran Mill and the guards wrecked him.